Hi, I want to spend 5 minutes a day to learn something about AI or learn something using AI. It can be something trivial like learning how to solve Rubik's Cube or learning a new language or new tool. So basically, yeah, I want to do it, but I haven't procrastinated. So now I just want to spend at least 5 minutes a day on that learning process. So today we will try to start. So today's day one, and I wanted to plan something, but again, planning is procrastinating my planning. So we'll just go with the flow and start asking ChatGPT itself what it can teach us in 5 minutes, and based on that, we'll continue tomorrow. So I'll get started. 5 minutes challenge. So last ChatGPT, can you teach me something practical? And here's the directory so far minute my lesson tell today to the SQL function. So because of my work related, I asked ChatGPT some SQL related questions in Snowflake. So I think it is basing its response based on that. 5 minutes so and just like that. And I have covered till not like just till here. So basically, what happened was like whenever I face any defects or errors in my work, I started asking ChatGPT, and most of my work is in Snowflake, writing SQL queries. So when I gave this simple ask to teach me something practical, ChatGPT used that previous information as the pretext, I would say, and gave me some sample queries which are handy for SQL. So first one, yeah, it's just saying set up some sample data. Next, it started telling about function like getting the latest record, so the traditional way and the shortcut way. And yes, in my current version of the code, I'm already using this format. So basically, it's nothing but like for each customer ID, if we have multiple records, like in this example, I'm assuming this A is the or one is the customer ID and this is the date. Then it will one is customer ID, region, date, amount. Yeah. So for the customer ID one, the store record is the latest one, and we only want to find this latest record instead of all the records. Then here it is saying like first you partition by customer ID and order by date descending, and that would give the row number, like it will assign the row number like this for one series, one customer ID. So it will order by date. So this will be row number 1, row number 2, row number 3, because 5, 3, 1. And for the customer ID 2, this last record will be row number 1, and this record will be row number, this 1, 2 record will be row number 2. So that way, here we'll have all these 5 records, a row number or serial number assigned to them. And in this, when we are applying this filter, that would only fetch the latest record, one record per each customer ID. So instead of doing it in, so what it's trying to say is instead of doing it as two levels here, we can do it in a single line here. So it's just the same thing, but we'll add a qualify keyword, and that will understand that we have to do a filter as well, and equal to one or greater than one, whatever is the use case here. In this case, like they're trying to find the latest record, so it's equal to one. Next, yeah, similarly to row number, like the for the same block, we can also add other form of aggregations like sum or max or minimum, such kind of aggregate functions, and that would give us the same result. So for the partition and auto block, here we have extra rows between unbounded preceding and current row. To be honest, I am not sure on this part. I had to dig deeper on that. But in essence, if I'm understanding it right, it's trying, no, it's trying to check within this range, and these might be keywords telling me something. Okay, but essentially, like even if I'm saying if we ignore this part, the remaining part does same as I mentioned for each customer ID, it will sum all amounts. So for customer ID one, values will be the sum of 100, 120, 110, 330. For customer ID two, sum of 200 and 180, 380. So that will be the result of this. And here they're saying we'll do one more step of after doing the sum. So we will again do an amount and then divided by sum. So that would give us like a percentage. It's not directly in percentage. If I do in 200 again, then it will give me the percentage like 50%, 80%, like that it will give me. But the point that's troubling to me here is like we are using null if and saying zero. So numbers divided by zero is not defined, right? I'm not sure if zero is the right value to be used here, but anyway. Um, yeah, I have thought till there before the timer hit 5 minutes, and I still have something called lag. Top and records. Okay, this is the same approach as before. Instead of equal to, we have less than or equal to. Dense ranking, instead of row number, we're using dense ranking. Latest null value, common in CDC. Partition by it is still checking the latest record. Latest value I can understand, where is it checking not null? It's essentially still the same as that second query where we're using the single line qualify. But instead of custody, it's saying like a business key. So only thing left out is this lag. Lag amount. What will it give me? Change detection day over day basis. Yeah, I think we can ask these two questions. What does for improve commands do? So one is lag and the other one we had out was this. So before asking that, let's just read out the conclusion. Order matters if you don't specify order by. Okay, qualifies if then it's not like okay, performance, partition narrowly and index short case logically. Okay, null safety. Okay, grab regions null if zero, And be mindful of lag returns null first row. If you want, I can turn this into a copy paste but DBT model. Yeah, I use DBT as well. But incremental dedo qualify. Okay, let's check this. So lag what it does looks backward at the previous rows but in the same partition by. Okay, so in this data example, if we have three rows like this, if I'm on third row, if I'm understanding it right, it checks the second row as well. If I'm processing the third row, it compares it with the second row. Looks backwards at the previous row within the same partition and on order by. Okay. Use case compare current row value to the previous row's value day over day. Okay. So for the same customer ID, if you are ordered by when you ordered by date, then this record will check the for the same customer ID the previous date. Previous amount, yeah. So that will come out as lag amount. Okay, nice. So that I can have amount and lag amount. So for 1.5, that the result will be like for customer ID 1.15, 110. Okay, 110 is the normal amount and lag amount is 120. What happens to row number 1? Okay, I think that's what it was trying to say. It will be null somewhere. Yeah, lag returns null for the first row. Okay. Compare current row value to previous row. So yeah, if we want, we can compare like to identify the delta amount minus previous amount. Now going to second one, rows between return. So what it does, define a window frame for the functions like sum, average, etc. Meaning start at the very first row in the partition. So unbounded preceding means start at the very first row and go up to the current row. Okay. Rows between, like I know between part, I just didn't know that rows preceding and the current row what it actually means. Okay, unbounded preceding means the very first row, current row means current row. Okay, you get the running total, cumulative total. Okay. Okay. So when I'm seeing here sum of, if I don't mention this rows between unbounded preceding and the current row, I would generally get like for all the three rows, I'll get the same sum. Like if we group by one and take a sum of it, I'll get the 330 for 330, just one a 330. If I have that, it will be same sum for all, but it will give a cumulative. Now if I do that rows between unbounded and current row, I would get here the cumulative sum is 100, here the cumulative 100 sum, cumulative sum is 220, here the cumulative sum is 330. So it will give me the cumulative count row wise, not the blind total count everywhere. At least that's what I understood. Okay, I think our 5 minutes are up. Or we failed the 5 minute challenge, and I took some extra time to go to the remaining queries. So I didn't want it to be so technical. I just wanted to randomly ask with less context. Like I'm not good at prompt engineering too, so I just asked a simple thing and it gave me little complex one. Or so from tomorrow or next time, we will think of a topic beforehand, keep it simple, and let's learn something. See you next time.